MotorWeek is made possible by Auto Value and Bumper to Bumper. And TireRack.com.
If there's been one constant over the 27 years that the Lincoln Navigator has been strutting the streets, it's that no matter how much luxury Lincoln packs into it, there always seems to be room for more. So time to find out if Lincoln's latest sanctuary on wheels truly delivers a flagship's level of lavishness.
2025 marks the beginning of a fifth generation for the Lincoln Navigator, and we've come a long way from the 1998 original, which was a near-luxury, barely disguised version of the Ford Expedition. We've progressed from there to this ultra-luxe getaway machine that Lincoln considers the ultimate road-going sanctuary.
It certainly looks like a place that can protect you from some of life's harsh realities, though it's not all that different from last year. Down the side, the upper and lower body lines are still there. The fender badge is now more of a door badge, but like most new vehicles, the big changes are up front, where we have, of course, a wider grille, smaller headlight housings, and there's a new crossbar that cuts across the grille to tie it all together.
And out here on the road, this Lincoln Navigator rides with a certain amount of sturdiness, certainly a truck-like feel, no doubt contributed to its F-Series pickup truck foundation. And yet despite that, well, it is a Lincoln after all, so it needs to ride with a certain amount of comfort. Powering this on-road opulence is a 3.5-liter twin-turbo V6, rated at 440 horsepower and 510 pound-feet of torque. Now, that's actually repeat performance, as this is the same unit that powered the last Navigator. And we should mention those performance stats, that's all engine. No electric motors have been added into this mix. No complaints from us in that regard, as this V6 offers V8-like performance with a little bit of a growl to match, getting this big barge down the boulevards with ease.
And it handled acceleration duties at our Mason-Dixon test track just as easily, performing the 0 to 60 task in 5.5 seconds and clocking out at the end of the quarter in 14.2 seconds at 96 miles per hour.
Acceleration out of this Navigator is surprisingly quick. It's not as gut-punching as a proper sports car, but it's shocking how quick it is off the line. Now, I say that in the context of a vehicle that isn't really built for the quarter mile. This is built for proper highway cruising. And with a 0 to 60 time like that, you should be able to merge onto any highway stress-free. Now, moving on to our slalom test, this is where we're really going to feel that truck foundation come into play. Oh yeah, there's a lot of body roll, there's a lot of weight transfer, and if I'm not careful with the accelerator and my steering inputs, I'm getting quite a bit of understeer, and the intervention system is coming in.
Big 13-inch rotors and twin-piston front calipers do a great job of stopping all 6,000 pounds of Navigator. We averaged 123 feet from 60 with lots of forward weight transfer and very little ABS pulsing through the pedal. But what's most likely to stop people in their tracks is what it's like inside this new Navigator.
Much like the Nautilus we tested last year, the first thing you notice inside is this massive 48-inch screen that spans almost across the entire dash. This centerpiece for Lincoln's digital experience has so many configurations and features, it's hard to cover them all. But our favorite aspects are the blind spot camera view and that you can basically have whatever info you want easily within your line of sight without having to look down or over at the center stack. Though there is still an 11-inch touchscreen in front of the dash, which is essentially how you control it all. It's a lot of screen space and a lot of tech, but somehow it doesn't look or feel like it's too much. Lincoln loves to boast about how many ways you can adjust their seats, and we're up to 24 in the standard Navigator, as many as 30 in the Black Label. Black Label is available in various themes, all upgrading interior materials over this standard reserve trim. And if you haven't felt pampered enough yet, initiate Rejuvenate, which is essentially an automotive spa session. It uses the seat heat and massaging functions, special audio and video programming, even soothing fragrances. That was nice. Now, where was I? Oh yeah, the oval-shaped steering wheel. It's kind of weird looking, but it does help with screen visibility. And you've got these track pads here on either side that you actually use to change the steering wheel tilt, telly, and position. In the second row, a bench is standard, though we suspect most people will opt for these captain's chairs. They're heated and massaging. A 3-place bench is also standard in the third row and is plenty roomy, even for adults. Cargo space is up over last year, but how you access that cargo is an even bigger deal. In back, there's a new split gate, which not only helps when loading those bulky items, but it's also a tailgate, so you can, tailgate. Though we're thinking more Ivy League football than NASCAR. All right, let's go sports.
Pricing starts with this reserve trim at $102,190. Black labels at $119,190. And as before, an extended wheelbase Navigator L is also available. Lincoln is hoping this 2025 Navigator will chart a course that leads to an increase in sales. And voyaging into the vast sea of big SUVs with this much luxury, technology, capability, and style is certainly a good way to inspire more people to seek refuge in this sanctuary on wheels.
The MotorWeek app, which includes our latest reviews and feature stories, is now available for mobile devices.